ranking 10 lethal weapons the ATF doesn't regulate and that most people have never considered for home defense. No gunpowder, all on Amazon. Here's how they stack up. Providing a more pocket-friendly platform, this tiny launcher can hit harder than most people expect, and it doesn't fire a single bullet. The Hero 2020 offers two options for deterring a bad guy from advancing. Using nitrogen as the power source behind the projectile, you can send either 68 caliber hard polymer projectiles or opt for a pava ball. The latter bursts and covers your foe in a cloud of debilitating pepper spray irritant. You can also choose both and interchange your options in a matter of seconds. The weapon itself is both compact and lightweight, making it easy to carry regularly. Often a person will keep their self-defense weapon at home because it's either too bulky or too heavy. This is not the case with the Hero 2020. The cartridges holding your selected ammo are easy to use when swapping out between shots or changing ammo options. A simple-to-use release lever allows the cartridge to slide out and then be replaced within literal seconds. Pre-built cartridges are the keys to quick reloads when seconds matter during a conflict. Despite its size, it packs premium features including a 600 lumen stun light, a Class 2 aiming laser, an ambidextrous safety, and an ergonomic two-finger trigger that's easy to operate under stress. Most people overlook compact launchers because they assume small means weak. The Hero 2020 proves that the most effective self-defense tool isn't always the biggest one on the shelf. Sometimes it's the one that's actually in your pocket when you need it. But it still isn't the most impressive weapon on today's list. I've never seen anything quite like the Steam Bow Fenris, and I've handled a lot of bows. It's a 5-arrow magazine that bolts onto a compound bow and turns it into something that, honestly, shouldn't be legal. But in most places it is, because technically it's still classified as a vertical bow. The system revolves around a 5-arrow magazine that loads the next arrow automatically as soon as the bow is drawn. It's a huge advantage for fast-paced shooting and makes the entire experience feel smoother and more intuitive. Constructed from CNC machined hard anodized aircraft-grade aluminum, the Fenris adds surprisingly little weight while maintaining excellent balance. It works with most modern compound bows, but Steambow also makes their own M1 bow that's built specifically to pair with it. The M1 pulls between 17 and 70 pounds, so you can keep it light for practice or crank it up for serious use. At 70 pounds, you're pushing real energy downrange, enough to take deer-sized game or cause serious damage if you had to use it defensively. The magazine is quick to reload, and additional magazines can be swapped in seconds, keeping downtime to a minimum. The trigger is dead simple. It works just like a gun trigger, which makes it easy to get used to quickly. There's also a built-in indicator on the magazine that lets you feel when you're on your last arrow. Throw a red dot or laser on the Picatinny rail up top, and you've got a setup that's accurate, fast, and completely silent. Inspired by one of the most recognizable handguns ever made, the Umarex Glock 17 T4E takes the legendary platform millions already trust and turns it into a less lethal home defense weapon you can actually rely on. The blowback is crisp and snappy. It cycles like a real Glock. That's the whole point. Powered by a 12-gram CO2 cartridge, the Glock 17 T4E launches 43 caliber rounds fast, delivering enough energy for effective target practice and defensive applications. Combined with the familiar trigger, magazine release, and slide stop, the shooting experience closely mirrors that of the centerfire Glock 17. The 8-round magazine offers a practical balance between capacity and compactness, while the integrated Picatinny rail allows users to mount compatible lights or lasers for improved versatility. Now the ammo, 43 caliber. Rubber balls, pepper balls, powder balls. That pepper ball option's the one that matters for defense. It hits, it breaks, and it dumps a powder cloud of pepper compound right in the threat's face. Similar effect to pepper spray, but you're delivering it from across the room. 4 to 5 joules of energy at 350 to 400 feet per second. It's not the hardest hitting thing on this list, but this is a sidearm, not a launcher. The advantage here is concealability, familiarity, and speed. If you're a Glock shooter, you already know how to run this gun. No powder, no primer, no noise, just your lungs, and something moving at serious speed downrange. The Cold Steel Big Bore Blowgun. It's a 625 caliber weapon that'll push a dart through half-inch plywood. Cold Steel makes these in a few configurations, 4-foot, 5-foot, and a 2-piece version that breaks down for transport. The bore size is the whole story here. Most budget blowguns run 40 caliber. Cold Steel went 625. Bigger bore means heavier darts. Heavier darts means more downrange energy and a flatter trajectory at distance. Cold Steel rates effective range at 20 yards or more. Tight groups on a 2-inch target at distance are absolutely achievable with practice. Power-wise, this is a completely different animal than the thin-wire 40 cal blowguns people grew up with. The heavy payload darts can easily penetrate a half-inch sheet of plywood, making it perfect for small game hunting such as doves, quail, squirrels, and rabbits. Another advantage is its almost silent operation. Unlike firearms or even most air rifles, the only sound you'll hear is the rush of air and the impact on the target. Of course, the big bore blowgun isn't without limitations. It requires proper technique to achieve consistent performance. Wind can also affect lightweight darts more than many new users expect, especially at longer distances. If you want maximum thump and real-world hunting capability in a blowgun, this is one of the best you can buy. Full auto, 1,400 rounds per minute, steel BBs at 430 feet per second. On paper, this thing sounds like it means business. And honestly, it kinda does. The Crossman SBR is a CO2-powered 177 caliber full-auto BB rifle built to look and feel like a DPMS AR-15, and it nails it. 6-position adjustable stock, quad-rail foregrip, folding iron sights, blowback bolt action, AR-compatible pistol grip, working dust cover and bolt catch. At 6.2 pounds, it's got real heft. Pick this up, and it does not feel like a toy. Two 12-gram CO2 cartridges live inside the 30-round dropout magazine. Flip the selector to full auto, squeeze the trigger, and that entire magazine's gone in just over 1 second. The blowback kicks with each shot. It's absolutely unhinged, in the best way. Semi-auto accuracy is solid too. Tight groups on a soda can at 30 feet, no problem. Now about home defense. Could you use it? I mean, technically, 430 FPS steel BBs to the face will absolutely ruin someone's night, but here's the thing, it's a BB gun. Steel BBs are not stopping a determined threat the way rubber or pepper rounds do. There's no less lethal ammo option, no real stopping power beyond pain and maybe an eye. I wouldn't reach for this first. I wouldn't reach for it second. If everything else is gone and this is all I have, last resort, sure. Otherwise, it stays in the fun category, where it belongs. This air gun's so powerful that the German government wants to ban it. The Go-Gun 6-Needler is an impressively engineered CO2-powered revolver that achieves a level of penetration and localized damage far beyond typical CO2 pistols. The frame and cylinder are machine-molded and finished for a utilitarian look, which keeps costs down while still feeling solid in the hand. The removable 6-shot cylinder design makes swapping loads and clearing the gun fast and easy. It runs on 12-gram CO2 cartridges and uses a valve system tuned for dart propulsion. Stock standard valve numbers from the maker put muzzle velocity around 308 feet per second. There are also high-powered valves and aftermarket upgrades shown in field tests that push velocities higher. The 6-Needler fires short, lightweight 9mm diameter darts. The darts are narrow and pointed, designed to concentrate energy on a very small area, which is why penetration tests show them behaving very differently from BBs or pellets. What makes the 6-Needler feel dangerous is how it performs in testing. Multiple reviewers have demonstrated the pistol's ability to punch through barriers that would stop ordinary airgun ammo. Video tests show the needles defeating hard targets and penetrating protective materials that would normally blunt conventional projectiles. That capability is the reason it's controversial, and the reason governments are racing to decide how the law should treat devices that are low on formal energy numbers, yet high on real-world harm potential. Few blades blur the line between a machete and a sword quite like the Cold Steel two-handed katana machete, and that's the whole point of the design. It pairs a 24-inch full-tang 1055 carbon steel blade with a modified Tanto-style point, finished in a black baked-on anti-rust coating with a 16.5-inch injection-molded polypropylene handle reinforced by 2 heavy-duty bolts. So if the handle ever gets damaged, it's a fixable issue rather than a deal-breaker. The long handle and sturdy crossguard lets you run the blade one-handed for quick brushwork or two-handed for full-power chops. The design lends itself to choking up near the guard for tighter, more controlled cuts, or sliding your grip down to the very end of the handle for maximum reach and swing speed. In hand, the length does most of the work, and despite its size, it doesn't feel like a chore to swing repeatedly. The polypropylene handle shrugs off hard knocks, and the crossguard does real work keeping your hand from creeping forward into the edge during aggressive chopping, a detail that matters more in practice than it sounds like on paper. The included Corex sheath covers the blade securely, but given the overall length here, this is a truck, camp, or garage tool rather than something you're strapping to a belt. Next up is the evolution of less lethal pump-action shotguns. With its imposing looks and impressive sound when charging, the Umarex T4E HDX means business. The rugged full-metal receiver and massive muzzle brake bring the weight of the home defense extreme up to more than 3 kilograms for additional sturdiness. A full-length top Picatinny rail is perfect for mounting optics or accessories, and the 4-slot under-mounted Picatinny rail is ideal for mounting a light or laser. The T4E HDX has a built-in tubular magazine with a capacity of as many as 16 bullets. There's a high-powered 40-joule version that relies on an 88-gram CO2 capsule to provide the power force for the 16 round balls in the tube magazine. Optionally, a version with 2 individual 12-gram CO2 capsules is available. Thanks to its quick piercing system, the rifle can be kept for months in standby mode. A light blow on the back of the stock is sufficient to pierce the 2-gram CO2 cartridges, and the optical and tactile pressure indicator will show that you're ready to fire up to 42 shots. The large ammunition supply and the ability to quickly reload means that the shotgun not only has a high rate of fire, but also provides adequate firepower to stop an attacker. This impressive carbine conversion kit opens up new possibilities for the T4E TR50 models. The revolver that's fitted into it gains the superior ergonomic features of compact rifle systems and is compatible with their accessories. The carabine features a foldable buttstock that gives them improved precision and operating safety. The rugged polymer construction has numerous mounting points and rails for accessories. A long Picatinny top rail permits mounting of optical systems, and additional M-LOK slots ensure compatibility with standard accessories like bipods, lasers, and weapon lights. There are 3 quick-detach interfaces for straps and other equipment. The threaded muzzle lets you mount the T4E X Tracer 50, a tracer unit with a UV module and muzzle flash simulation. What really stands out is how the longer barrel transforms performance. With the increased barrel length, you get a noticeably flatter trajectory and tighter grooves. If you're upgrading from a pistol for more serious training sessions or want a more usable platform for scenario work, the conversion kit is a solid improvement. It keeps the TR50's simplicity while adding the power and precision advantages that come from a longer barrel and a stabilized carbine layout. I'm not kidding about this one. I've shot rifles that don't group as well at 100 yards as this pistol can. The Huben GK1 is absolutely amazing. Essentially, it takes the core mechanism of Huben's K1 bullpup rifle and repackages it into a lightweight, tactical-feeling sidearm. Users say it punches well above its size, offering both adjustable output and a surprisingly large internal air cylinder. Despite that compact build, the air reservoir holds 85 cc of air, and the maximum fill pressure is rated at 5,000 psi. Because the power is adjustable, you can dial it down for lower energy or crank it up if you're going for maximum performance. And the big internal air cylinder means you can get a good number of shots per fill. According to the manufacturer, you can squeeze out up to 45 shots in some versions before having to refill. Instead of swapping out removable mags, it uses a built-in high-capacity rotating drum that automatically advances each time you fire. The walnut grip gives the pistol a solid ergonomic feel in the hand, and the design is stiff and precise. There's some recoil or felt recoil, especially in higher calibers, partly because there's no heavy slide to absorb it. Some users compare the snap to a .22 LR revolver. In terms of performance, the .22 version can reach velocities up to 918 feet per second, which translates into a healthy amount of energy, something like 4.5 to 33 foot-pounds depending on how you tune it. That's impressive for a pistol-sized PCP. It gives you real PCP power in a form factor that's more manageable than a rifle. This taser with 10 reloadable darts might just be the ultimate self-defense tool, providing multiple opportunities to achieve temporary neuromuscular incapacitation during a single encounter. Its extended effective range of nearly 14 meters allows users to maintain a safe distance while ensuring high accuracy at longer ranges. If multiple connections are made, the Taser 10 automatically selects and optimizes the 4 best connections to deliver the most effective temporary skeletal muscle lockup. The new probe design penetrates clothing effectively, including heavy winter jackets, and remains effective at various angles. The device also includes a warning system combining pulsing light and sound to disperse potential threats without the need for discharge. This device also syncs with Axon security cameras to record an intruder's face up close, a detail police will definitely appreciate.